Hey everybody, I had a 2016 Chevy Malibu. It needed rear bearings, a little bit different from the front bearings, or hub assembly, I should say. Go ahead and jack her up. That's what I do. I jack it up, blocks and a jack. They share the responsibility. They share the load. If the jack fails, you got the blocks, and vice versa. Safety first is how I see it. Y'all don't want any accidents. So I get it up in the air, I secure it, and then I will push on the vehicle, shake it, make sure there's no give, no play, no chance of it falling. Go ahead and take the wheel off. That's what I do. Take the wheel off, and I spray the brakes and everything. The rotor, that brake dust accumulates and is bad for your health. So you spray that with brake cleaner to dissolve the dust. Let it air dry. Then you go ahead and you want to take this bolt out, and there's another one underneath, and that holds the whole brake on, caliper and everything. Just take the whole brake assembly off so that you can get the rotor off. Then after the rotor, you have that dust plate. So take that thing off, the bolt, and the whole brake assembly comes off. Once you have the brake assembly off, I like to hang mine so that I don't it's not hanging by the hose, because I don't want it in the way, and I don't want to pull something and mess up anything on the brake system. Then you have to take that little nut, that little bolt out of the rotor, and so that the rotor won't spin while I'm doing that, I put a breaker bar across there like that. That way it stops the rotor from turning when I'm taking that little bolt out. So with the rotor and the brakes gone, you have to get the 3 bolts from the back that hold on the hub assembly. But you have that arm that's in the way. You see that big arm there? That goes all the way, underneath the car. So you want to get that out of the way. And only don't mess with anything else. Just take this piece out. So you get your ratchet, get a crescent wrench. I want to say it's 18 millimeters. So you get that nut off of that thing, and then you just pull that bolt out, and then that arm will be out of your way. Okay, so with the bolt out, that arm is gonna raise. It's gonna raise up on you. It's gonna, because there's tension, because there's a bushing over there, so it's gonna spring up on you. But don't worry about that. We'll put it in later. We can connect those 2 parts later using a scissor jack underneath the steering knuckle. So don't worry about that. Just get the bolt out and get that arm out of your way so that you can take those bolts out and do what you need to do. So with the bolts out of the way, you may need to apply pressure or maybe tap on the hub assembly a little bit to get it to come off, but it should come off pretty easily. And when you put the new one on, after you put the new hub assembly in place, don't forget this little dust shield. Put that on as well. And also, you may have to apply grease inside of the knuckle, inside of the hub assembly, because the old one had grease, but there's a lot of grime in there. So put the new one on, you grease it a little bit, put your dust shield on, and there's the scissor jack. Raise that up. That raises up everything so that you can meet that arm in the middle and put your bolt through. Don't fight it. Just use a floor jack. Smarter, not harder. And then basically, you put everything back together like you took it off. Just make sure that stuff is good and tight. Everything is good and tight. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. And have a blessed day.